Are we up? Are we working? Is anybody back for the Superman DCU discussion? Let's do that. Honestly, should probably be a picture of Batman right now, but we're not going to do that. Start soon. Okay. I haven't had breakfast. Oh, Twitch. Oh, no. I should just put a big thing up that says Superman spoiler. Because Twitch doesn't change the title when I go through it. I don't know how to. I mean, his innocence dies. Seeing as how he's not supposed to kill people and he killed a person at the end, yeah. His innocence dies. I will say this though. What's up, Daniel? I will say this. I've been wanting to ask for a month, but why did they waste Ultraman like this? Okay. One, and this is going to sound like really, really out of the blue for me. Who? Ultraman? Because I thought that was Connor. Is that what Ultraman was designed to do, basically? Because I thought that was like version 1 of Connor. And I don't know if they're going to bring him back, because I don't think... Here's the other thing, too. You say wasted him like that. What makes you think he ain't coming back? He ain't dead. He's definitely not dead. For some reason, I look forward for Supergirl. Never thought I'd say that. You look forward to it because it was this drunk girl who stumbled in talking about her dog and headed to the next party. And you know that next party is going to have Lobo in it. Of course you look forward to it. Of course you're looking forward to it. I want to put something up for those on Twitch. To be like, yo, this is a spoiler. But I don't have any way of adding any like signage. And if I start... Well, maybe I can still do this on paint.net. Do a sign that says, be careful. Buyer beware. But yeah, April, I thought that was like Connor at first. And that was the dog, man. They did a good job with that movie towards the end. Because at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is an 8. We're good. And then towards the middle, like somewhere like late middle, I was like, okay, it's like a 7.5. It's good, but whatever. And then popped off. And I was like, oh, okay, it's back up to about an 8. I think I'd give the movie like an 8 overall. Because I did like the Superman. I did like this guy. Yeah, so I thought this storyline of Superman clone Ultraman not having the brain to beat Superman means Lex next plan is a kid. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. And then that's what creates Connor. I got you. No, that makes sense. You're right. But the thing is, I'll be back. Gonna go watch it. Yeah, go catch the next stream. I tried to give the warning. Hey, you got Soups now through HBO Max. Yes. Seba, also be careful. I've put up their spoilers. So if you guys are here, that means you're okay with it. Yeah, I had a friend, though, who lives in the U.S., and he let me use his login to get it because he's not going to play DC Worlds Collide. So if you know anybody in your life, especially if they're like not comic book fans, but they have HBO Max, yo, can I use your login? You can't watch my HBO. I don't want to watch it. I'm not watching HBO Max. I am about to get me my Superman. And I need you for that. No. So what was the thing? There was one. Oh yeah, my intro. So if you guys have watched any of my YouTube videos, there's a Soups intro. And at the part it goes, Superman. That part, that's Molly. And from the trailer. And I was like, once I saw what happened to Molly in the show, or not the show, in the movie, I was like, I'm very happy that that's his voice. Because then that was like the trigger for Superman. Well, not Superman, actually. It was, what's his name? Metamorph, whatever the hell his name is. Why did Crypto beat Lex like that? That was because they had to take a Hulk moment. That's what that was. That was just a Hulk moment, but then with a lovable dog. And so you had Any person, and I'm not going to say women, I'm going to say men or women who were there for their partner who did not give a damn about that movie, but was there because it was their, significant other's birthday, anniversary. I promise, because we just got done watching Name the Sandra Bullock movie. We can go see Superman. That was a moment for them though too, because I will say this: seeing him wreck Lex like that was hilarious. It was so good. And he was like, "Hey, wait, dog!" It was so funny. He's gonna come back as Bizarro. Watch, I'll tell you. Actually, what should happen? Actually, but no, didn't Ultraman become Bizarro? Didn't Ultraman? Because that was the other problem with Ultraman too. He was Bizarro too, is he just didn't have the intelligence. He needed someone to guide him. And so actually, Zah, you might have a good point. If they toss him out into space, whatever, pocket dimension, I don't even know. I think it was a pocket dimension. And he's there on his own and he has to do things on his own. He's going to develop his own sentience, I guess, which is not going to be very strong. So he could come back as a Bizarro type. It's just that I don't think they're going to make him look like Bizarro looks. Albeit Bizarro had Superman's heart. Like, he wanted to do good. He just was bad at it. For everybody that needs it, just buy 1 month. No. Actually, said that's the problem. Working from what? Buy 1 month U.S. account for 6. No, that's the thing. I tried to do that, and you have to have a local TV provider. And we don't have AT&T or whatever over here. I tried to do it through YouTube, and they said nope because my YouTube ain't local. So that's when I had to get my friend to do it. I was looking into it for like a good bit of time. I say hours, but probably a decent couple of hours I looked into it. But yeah, it was a problem. So I had to get the homie let me have it by the end of the day, actually. We're gonna let that run. No, so one, I was 100% sure. I was 100% sure Crypto was going to be a bad addition to the movie. And I could not have been more. This was my Heath Ledger's going to be a bad Joker take before I saw it. Oh, you buy an existing account? Whoa. Whose existing account do you buy? Just 6E. Okay. Well, there's your tip for the day, 6E. €6 to buy an existing account for 1 month. Because I was going to buy an account anyway, and I was like, okay, well, it's only because when I looked it up, because you can get it in Spain. And I looked it up and I was like, okay, well, let me see how much, and it was like $6 a month with ads, and I was like, YouTube, okay, whatever. I couldn't be Superman. I would have left that girl in the pod who tried to snitch. Dude, I couldn't be Superman because I'd have let Crypto do what he wanted to do. I would not have stopped Crypto for a minute. Crypto, go. Good boy. Who's a good boy? You gonna get some treats? He would have gotten treats for doing that. I'm not stopping Crypto in that situation. No, do what you do, Crypto. But no, like from the beginning when they first introduced him and the way they introduced, I thought that he would be a bad addition. Awesome, Seba. That is perfect. Thank you for that shout. That is really, really good news. I thought that he would be bad, just poor. And the way they introduced him, I was immediately in love with Crypto. Immediately, the way he hits the ground and he's calling Crypto. Crypto runs up like a dog will, like my dog does, and then just starts jumping on top of him, completely unaware that he is busted up. And I was like, okay, you guys did it right. All right, I got it. Okay, Crypto's awesome. Okay, I understand. And that was the other thing too of like, because I do have my dog is with my ex, but I still love my dog, and I'm gonna get her today actually. Yes, I'm co-parenting a dog. Get over it. If you took my dog, I got a shirt. If you took my dog, me no speak English. If you know that Eminem song. If you know that Eminem song with Eminem featuring DMX and Obi Trice, It was the first song after Ja Rule had insulted his daughter. If you wonder why Eminem still goes at Ja Rule to this day, 25 years later, is because Ja Rule said some wild ish about his daughter, and Eminem holds a grudge. Hold up. It's in the laundry, damn it. It's in the laundry. I have a shirt, a t-shirt that says, mess with me and I'll let it go. Mess with my dog and they'll never find your body. And the second that the dog went missing, I was like, and then Superman went into his office and flipped his desk. I was like, you way too calm, homie. He is human. And the rest of them are human. You took my dog. I am taking you out of this building through the window, and we're going to go up as high as I can because I don't have to breathe like you do. And I'm going to drop you. Are you going to catch me? No, we are not catching you. On the way down, you will tell, I'll fly next to you. You're going to tell me where my dog is. And then I'm going to be like, thanks. I'm going to go check real quick. And when I come back, if you're still falling, I'm going to watch you die. Otherwise, you're not getting out of the situation alive. Let's put it this way. Speaking of that, I didn't like how Mr. Terrific was like, I know these guys, they wouldn't mess this up. Talking about people, Lex had finished the recording of Superman's parents. It sounded convenient instead of making sense in the story. I know these guys, they wouldn't mess this up. Talking about the people Lex had finished the recording of Superman's parents. Oh, where it's like where he validates the actual authenticity of the Superman parents being evil thing, which, I mean, they had that in several different things where like the people were either benevolent in having it happen or they were evil, preparing for an invasion of some sort, which probably might be in the second one. It's not even his dog. He was dog sitting. So, okay, yeah. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. It's his sister's dog, which means it's his dog. It's like, yeah, it's my niece, but you mess with my niece, you die, dog. Like that is not. We talking family. This is family. It is family. Dog is included in family. My sister has a dog named TT. You're not messing with that dog. That's family. You know what I mean? It's not to the level of like our kids, of course, but when you're in this circle, that's all I'm saying. When you're in this circle, oh, cousin, same. You're in this because here's the thing too. It's not necessarily. This is something that goes deeper than that. Family doesn't necessarily mean blood. You ain't got to be my brother to be my brother. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be my sister to be my cousin. There are people who are closer to their cousins than they are to their brothers and sisters. It's about the love in between the person. And if I love you so much and trust you so much that I'm giving you my dog to take care of while I'm doing whatever, you're family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not paying you for it. You're taking the dog, so you're family. And I trust you with my dog. And clearly you have a relationship with the dog because when you were sick, he's just laying on your chest looking at you. And then you had it for who knows how long. So now you've grown attached to him. Come on. Exactly. You my brother, you my brother. It doesn't matter where your mama is or where your daddy is. You my brother, you my brother. So, if somebody comes at my dog or your dog, that was the... Anyway, we're talking way too much about crypto. I love crypto. I really did. And you can tell like when he got taken, I was like, I got really into it, and then I was like, this was the perfect, from just a movie production thing, this is the perfect way to pull in casual fans and have them invested in the movie. Because I hold this contention 100%. You take any person, male or female, who does not like action movies and hates violence, but loves dogs, and make them watch John Wick, they will be rooting for murder throughout that whole movie. Because I have never been so triggered by like never have. I'm being dramatic, of course, but like something so simplistic as his lady dies. His lady gave him this dog. This dog is a puppy, and then they show how the dog got killed mercilessly. And it was just kind of like, that's John Wick is on that T-shirt. It's like an animated version of John Wick. Where is that shirt? It's like, yo, if you want people to be invested in the hatred of a person or cheer for kids and dogs, anything innocent, if you put anything innocent in a bad situation or mistreat it, then you automatically have the crowd. Everybody hated Lex from the moment that dog got took. Everybody hated him. And then what he did to Molly too, dog. They did Lex, okay, rewind this too. Old buddy, Beast as Lex. No, man, you gotta play. Everybody had play cousins, or like I'm from the South. So like you had play cousins. Like who that? No, that's my play cousin. Like that's we had play cousins. Y'all had play cousins. Did y'all have play cousins? We had play cousins. Anyway. Old buddy, Beast, the guy who played Lex. Cannot remember his name. I need to learn his name. He deserves it. He was so good at making me not like him. He was really good as Lex. And it wasn't necessarily like a copy-paste version of Lex either, but it was really, God, he was good. I did not like that man. I did not, like I wasn't, like I'm not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not supposed to like him. I did not like Buddy. And the whole time I was like, I can't stand your ass. You are so good. It was like Penelope Cruz. Okay. And this is where the teenage part of me comes out. Same thing with Penelope Cruz from the movie Blow. I did not like Penelope Cruz as an actress for like 10 years because of the movie Blow and how much she was in that movie. And I was like, the basic thing of, and forgive the language, here we go. The basic thing of it was like, you can't be that good of an actress. You must be a bitch in real life. That was my whole thought process. I was like, no, that acting is way too good. No, you got to be a jerk. No, you got to be a bad person. You can't be that much of a, no, that's really you. You were just playing you. And I legit did not like Penelope Cruz for like a good decade off that. That's how I felt about Lex. I was like, yo, Lex, you are too much. It's like the also Patrick Stewart with Professor X. God made him for that role. I was sitting there like, ain't no way. He is so good at this. From Chicago and Hispanic, everybody in my family. Everybody is my family. Sí, familia. His acting was very good. You could tell the actor's very intelligent, controlling, ambitious, but scenes like the one where he kept knocking over the mug of pencils for the interns to pick. But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. The little thing that would make you want to fight a dude for real. Good evening. How are you today? I'm happy you got my Superman. Congratulations. What's up? Good job, Mario. I'm happy for you as well. No, so like those little touches, and I don't know if that was an actor thing. I hope it was the actor thing, because that's one of those things of like, you do the big, massive murder, and we hate you for that. But then it's also like, you just want to make people's lives less okay. Even the people around you, you just gonna like sit there and like just knock over a mug, just because you gonna pick that up. That's such a like. It's a triggering thing. Yeah, Heath Ledger's the best Joker, by the way. It's a triggering thing that like grates on people in a real way, because you can see all of this stuff is fantastical. You've kidnapped a superpowered dog. You know what I mean? You've held people in a pocket dimension, and you killed a guy who, that part was sad the way it went down, but it's basically because Superman is standing there under a dude who can generate kryptonite with his hand. That whole part of it is like fantasy. The whole, like, I forgot, and I'm glad you mentioned that scene, April. The whole part of just knocking. Oh, and by the way, they weren't interns. Those were full on employees. They weren't interns, by the way. That you just knock it over, they pick it up, and then you just do it again. That's such a, like, even if that's never happened to you, that's such a relatable thing of having that boss who is just an asshole for being an asshole. You know what I mean? Just, you didn't even need to do that but you're just doing it because you're a jerk and you have the power to do it. So that's why you're doing it. And as soon as I'm done with this job, you know what I mean? Like, it was so like, in that, okay. Yeah, thank you, April. I'm glad you reminded me of that. It's just such a, I'm superior to you. Pick up my stuff. Oh, you picked it up? Thank you. Pick it up again. Oh my God. Anyway. I think Jack Nicholson was a better Joker. I can't fight you. I'm not going to fight you. I like Heath Ledger more. But I think what happened with Heath Ledger was the same thing that was the opposite of what happened with me with Reservoir Dogs and what happened with me with, damn it, what was that movie? Clearly it wasn't that good. Where, like, my expectations of Reservoir Dogs, because of a friend of mine, Webb, who loved to spoil movies, Jesus Christ, talked about how great it was, and then I went to go see it, and I was like, this would have been a really, really, really good movie if you had shut the hell up and not told me how good of a movie it was. Now my expectations are high. Reverse style. I thought Heath Ledger, I was like, the dude from 10 Things I Hate About You, he was in A Knight's Tale, and he finna be a joke. And so my expectations were like, they just screwed up this whole series, this whole franchise after having Batman Begins be such a good movie, and then he blew that so much so that Jack Nicholson apologized to him. Jack Nicholson was actually upset that they didn't come to him to reprise the role of the Joker, and then he saw Heath Ledger's performance and he publicly apologized to him. They should make another Steel movie. Don't be so sure that they're not, because they're rebuilding the DCU or whatever the hell now. I would not be shocked if there wasn't like a Steel that showed up in Superman 2 that then had a spin-off movie. I like the way they portrayed Mr. Terrific's fighting style. He seemed like he was aware of everything going on in 100%. It was like he's fighting based off of brain processing power, not because of strength. Like, he was strong and he had his T spheres or whatever. But the reason why he was such a good fighter was because he was controlling everything. He knew where everybody was at any given moment. So he didn't have to be strong. He just knew how to take advantage of you because he knew where you were going to be. Really, really, really good. Oh, and I said this before. I think I said it. I loved the dynamic between Lois Lane and Clark in that scene where she's trying to do the interview. It's such a real ass fight. It's so again, one of those things of like, y'all are acting too good. Y'all must be in real life. Were you just in his trailer and now you mad because he's not gonna leave his girl, even though you married and you shouldn't be doing it anyway either? But now you all up in your feelings, and so now y'all gonna take this out in this scene for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really they did a great job of like how couples argue and fight. It was really, really good. Some people said Jared Leto's Joker is bad. Yeah, but I really, really wanted to see the Joker from the Nightmare version, the one from the future that tells Batman that Lois Lane's death was his fault. Mario, I need you to tell me what comic that is, please. Lois was tripping. No, Lois was being a journalist. Superman was tripping in that situation. Superman was the one who was wrong in that situation. I thought it was really funny when the Justice Gang was fighting at the beginning. That was a funny scene because here's the funny part, and here's why it was really, or for me, why it was really clever. He was like, "Yeah, they got it," and so then they're in the background fighting, but I am really just watching them, and every once in a while I would check the fight scene in the back, but I really cared about their conversation more, and I was like, they're fighting a giant squid outside. Why do I give a damn about their conversation? He was distressed, but his dog being gone. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I don't give a damn about a gigantic intergalactic squid either. Where's my Olympia? That's my dog. Where's my Olympia at? Honestly, I'd have just punched Buddy through the face. and then said, all of the rest of you, I'm going to do that to you if I know you guys know where the dog is. He's not transporting a superpowered dog. Where is it? You want me to show you how? You come here. I'm going to show you how easy it is for me to rip off your fingers one by one. Where's my dog? Where is my dog? Oh my God. No, but Superman was wrong in that situation. He was. If he did not want her to go into reporter mode, you cannot ask her to go into reporter mode. It's like, I have a lot of lawyer in me. My first master's degree is in law. If you want me to switch to lawyer argument mode, not necessarily but lawyer argument mode, I'm going to be cold and just say this, and this. Your feelings be damned. As a journalist, those were the correct questions to ask about the situation. She was not saying like she agreed with what everybody was saying. She's basically saying this is what is out there. Because as Lois Lane, she's down for what Superman did because he went to go save a bunch of people from a war. As a reporter, she has to say what others are saying and ask him how he feels about it. A lot of people didn't like it. You were representing America. I wasn't representing. Okay, cool. Explain that. But these are the questions you're supposed to be asked. And if you answer them calmly instead of raging, you asked her to do that. You asked her to do that. And then you get upset when she does her job. That's your fault. I hate looking for Easter eggs. Joaquin Phoenix killed it as the most real version in a... I'm tripping, my bad. Nathan Fillion. Guy Gardner for me is the hard carry for the movie. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Actually, everybody say that. Who was your favorite character out of the movie? All right. Joaquin Phoenix. I will say this, Jason. Watching the Joker movie, that was the one that my ex did want to watch, and she didn't even like superhero movies. But it wasn't a superhero movie. It was a Joker movie. That's the thing. That was not a superhero movie. It wasn't a supervillain movie. It was a movie. They had me cheering for the Joker for real. They did. They had me cheering for the Joker for real. I'm glad he kicked those little frat boys' ass. I'm glad he... Spoiler, well, I'm glad he blew Robert De Niro's face off. Like, it was one of those things of where... I feel like they didn't do Hawkgirl right. I would say for our version of the world, I know I'm going to sound ridiculous. Heath Ledger's Joker could have been in this world too. He wouldn't have been nearly as successful as the movie version. But a guy who's absolutely demented with face paint on and laughing and walking into like organized crime meetings and killing people, that is not out of the realm of possibility. The Joker, okay, I think I see where I would agree with you, is that they did a phenomenal job showing how he was created. Like how Joker went from a guy who was disturbed and he had his own issues or whatever, world beating and picking on him, and then him finally being like, I'm gonna kill y'all. And it was one of those of like, he was getting so tested and so pushed that even you were like, man, we know who you are. We know how just do it to these dudes real quick. These 3 frat boys, do it. And you were sitting there like begging for him to do it. Sitting there being patronized by Robert De Niro. At first, oh, he's friendly. I was like, why is Robert De Niro being so... Is he friendly? Then he gets him on stage and I was like, yo, yeah, he gotta die too. And they made me think like the Joker. And it was good. It was a good movie. I really did like that one. Okay. Crypto was my favorite, and then Mr. Terrific. I think I'm with you, Passing Wind. I think for me it goes Crypto, then Mr. Terrific. And yeah, Hawkgirl did get. Okay, I won't say got done dirty, but they didn't do right by her. They did not do right by her. She was a far more interesting character. Oh wait, yeah, you were just about to. I'm sorry. She's a far more interesting character than they displayed in that movie. They really let Guy Gardner shine, and Mr. Terrific, it was kind of clear the path they wanted Guy Gardner to be the second one and let him shine, and Mr. Terrific's role was a little bit too strong, and it not dampened, but he was right there alongside Guy Gardner in terms of like the movie, and Hawkgirl was just in the back. Like they barely used her, showed her, and she was Anyway, she was interesting enough that you want to see more of her, but they would do whatever they want with her. Everyone else's. That's the thing. It wasn't even, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I don't even think they did enough to make her seem interesting, and that's their fault in terms of the writing. Like that's their fault in terms of the writing. Metamorpho, get a Justice League jacket. He can make one of his own skin, right? Yeah, they gave more depth to Metamorpho, right? Like they gave him way more depth, actually, more depth than all three of them. To be fair, no, I gotta be fair. Metamorpho got more than all three of them. To be frank, so sorry, I can't just put that on the hot girl thing. Let me rewind on that one. But like, she's pointless there. They could add any. I'm saying they could have put any other person in that role and given them the exact. They could have put Black Canary in there and given her the exact same lines, and you wouldn't have known the difference. That's about it. But Metamorpho, he had way more character depth just because it was his son is over there and he's crying and he's looking at what happened to Molly and he's like, I can't believe I did nothing. And that's one of those situations of like, we would all like to believe, especially comic book readers, that if you're in a situation of someone needing you, someone needing your help, one of those like horrible, I don't even want to mention them in the context of comic books because that's real life stuff, people really dying, being shot and everything else. So I'm not gonna demean those things by putting them in a comic book context. But like, you would want to think that you would be the person who would run and help. You would be the person to try to do CPR. You would be the person who would try to do stand in between the kids and whoever that is. You know what I'm saying? You would want to believe that you're that person. And Metamorpho in that moment was like, I gotta protect my son. I'm doing whatever I can to protect my son. And then he sees like, I'm not a hero here. I'm not a hero. And he just breaks down. And he's like, well, what if and then he tries to, and that made me love him. Actually, Metamorpho might be my second. Because that was so real. And I'm a dad. A lot of us in here are dads, parents, or whatever. And you're sitting there like, I mean, if you gotta die to protect my kid, yeah. But I don't want to be seen as a bad guy either. I don't want to be the dude who's helping in Lex. Are you kidding me right now? And then by saving my son, putting down Superman, how many other thousands or millions of people are dying to save my son? But then that's the only person I do care about. But then what kind of man am I to let that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those like moral conundrums that you see him real time get put into and him come to the conclusion of like, yo, you said you can get to my son. Can you get to my son? Because I can't let this happen. You know what I mean? And it was, I think actually Metamorpho might be my second favorite. Maybe my first. Because I think he actually had the most conflict in the movie over Superman. Superman, he was very clear what he wanted to do. He wanted to go save people. There were people in trouble. The worst conflict that he had was like Metropolis was being destroyed, and they were attacking that country again, right? The fake pseudo Eastern European country that's nameless, but we all know what they're talking about. Metamorpho had to literally decide between strangers and his son. Not Fantastic Four. Although, you know what? I'm tempted to say if you guys want to talk about it, you can. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to watch it until like it comes out. I was going to try to go see it in the movie, but okay, sorry, because that went on about that. Remember Hawkman from... Nope, because I did not watch Black Adam, Mario. That is one of those, I said I was going to do a watch along, and I think I'm going to do that, not now, not this weekend even, maybe next weekend once I get my Patreon set up. And then that will be the free watch along, will be the Black Adam, because I think it was Mike who said that was a good movie, and I was like, Mike, you need to justify yourself. They needed someone that could fly so they could drop dude, I guess. If only they had a lot of superheroes that were able to fly. When does the week reset? I'm trying to spend here. For me, it's Tuesday. At 2 a.m. I'm in Switzerland, so it's going to be 6 hours back. So like 8 o'clock Eastern time, U.S. Eastern time. Um, 7 o'clock in the evening on the Monday and Tuesday, because I'm 6 hours ahead of you guys. 6 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone. My favorite character was the robot. The robot made me sad when the robot got taken out. Like the robot made that kind of like hurt me. What was his name? Number 4. That kind of was like, yo, come on now, what's up? Um, Even Doctor Fate was cool. I feel bad that the movie has so much potential for us. Okay, okay. Where were you people? Where were you people when I was asking about this movie? Because everyone else said it was trash. Jason and Mario, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what would you rate Black Adam? And side note, and then when you guys do it, Superman DCU, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it? No, I'm going to, but I want to watch it with you guys. I'm gonna set up the Patreon. I got to get off in 20 minutes. I'm gonna set up the Patreon. In the Patreon, I said this before. The Patreon's gonna have two. It's gonna have like a tier and another tier. But then if you just sign up to it, I've figured this part out with other Patreons actually. You don't have to get in one of the paid tiers. You can just be on that Patreon, because I don't want to crowd this channel with extra stuff. I don't even like doing this, honestly, on this channel. I'd rather there be like a private channel where other people can't see it. Because if you come here for DC Worlds Collide, you come here for that. Anyway, and on that channel, on that Patreon, I'll have like, paywall content, and I'll have like just regular posts that you guys can see. I'm going to schedule and post like a private link to see us watch Black Adam together in this format. I think I might have to put like some kind of other thing on. I'm pointing to the damn screen like you can see me. I might have to put something else like up here in this area to like avoid trademark or copyright problems. But I'm gonna put the video up like this. I'll be over on the side, and then the movie will play, and then we can watch it together. The Black Adam is fun bad. Okay, wait, no. Is it fun bad like what was it? Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. Is it Army of Darkness fun bad? Wow, I am old. Is it Army of Darkness fun bad, or are we talking fun bad like Bangkok Dangerous? Fun bad like Hannibal. I'm trying to think of more recent movies. 5, 6. It isn't trash. 5, 6. Okay. So you guys would say 5 to 6 isn't trash but below average. Oh, you think it's above average? Okay, but is this rating because... Okay. There was a movie called Charlie's Angels starring Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore. That was one of my favorite movies of all time. The reason why is because they went in, the director even said, we're not taking this movie seriously. We're making a movie about a 70s TV show. We're just here to have fun. Bill Murray created a gun out of a bar of soap using his teeth. They were just being silly and stupid. So they made the movie fun and ridiculous because of the concept to begin with, right? There's other movies like Ultraviolet that are bad even though they're very serious. Which one is it? Fun bad like Wild Wild West. Okay. Wild Wild West had its moments. Okay. It was a bad movie though. But I think they knew they were making trash while they were making it. And so they were going to have... Okay. All right. 5 out of 10 because I can't stand The Rock anymore. I like The Rock. Kind of. Yeah. I liked him and Kevin Hart. They got a little bit overexposed. And I'm in Switzerland. WWW was really bad. Not even fun bad. So you're talking about Wonder Woman, the 1984 movie? Is that one you're referring to? So you would give... Okay, so April will give it... Wait, like... Okay, so time out. Real quick. Black Adam, you would give an 8. Time out. Mario, are we sure we're talking... You said that you would give Black Adam an 8 out of 10? What did you give... What would you give Superman? What would you give the Superman movie? Now that Wild Wild West song featuring Cisco is gonna be stuck in my head all damn day. Thanks for that, April. Um, I've seen it once. I've seen it once. I can't say that I like that movie. I can see where you would say it's fun, bad. I hear you on that. I've seen that movie once, 20 years ago, dog. 7 out of 10. Okay, 7 out of 10. I give Black Adam 3, but Will Smith slaps. Oh, I was actually down when Will Smith did that. I was like, you shouldn't be talking crazy about your wife, no way. On public stage. Albeit, don't walk up and slap him in front of all them white folks. Come on now. Anyway, oh boy. Okay, so Superman, I would give. I've gone back and forth between 7.5 and an 8 out of 10. I'm trying to think of the closest, because a 10 for me is hard. It's hard to get. Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies. I think I even gave that like a 9. I give Black Adam a 3. Hey, who are the top 5 DC characters of all time? I'm a comic book artist, currently creating my own board game, and I don't mind taking a break to draw for someone. You can draw for me too. We have Dean is gonna do some work on the screens, because you see that Batman that's up there now. This guy. That's just from like an image I got from DC Worlds Collide. I love to draw too, but I don't have the time, and I'm being lazy to be honest. Top 5 DC characters of all time. You have a problem, because I'm heavy Batman, so it's all gonna be like Batman, Joker. Oh my god, Batman stuff. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. You give it 100 out of 10. You like Superman that much, Rillo? I like WWW. Y'all tripping. It was okay, like I said. So it's just real quick. WWW is Wonder Woman 1984. I'm assuming. Things have changed a lot. Yeah. Born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. Me too. I'm 84. Me too. What Superman? Man of Steel is a 9. Superman DCU maybe an 8. You gave Man of Steel a 9? Bruh. The Thing is not bad. I love it, but I need more violence. DC is well known for dark comics and stories. Oh, well, okay, got you. I was thinking Wonder Woman, my bad. I was still stuck in DC. So you give 100 over 10, that's the decimal. Negative 100 over 10. My question, this is where I got stuck. I give Man of Steel like a 6.5 or a 7. And it's because of one very, very, very specific scene that just ripped me out of the entire movie. I love the way they did the flying thing. A lot of it was good. The idea that he let his dad die during a hurricane because he was under an overpass is not at all what Superman would have done. Not even close. In no universe. Give a damn what you say. Like, he would have never, being there and having the powers, that made Superman into one of the most selfish beings. Period. Because you let your dad die to protect your own identity. No. You go save your dad and you take the off. You can move at the speed of sound. No one will see you. You snatch him up. You fly into the sky. You fly your happy ass to Japan. You set him down and say, I'll be back for you in a couple weeks. Get a ticket. Head back home to Kansas. Be like, I don't know, some weird alien pick me up and drop me off in Japan. And I'll already be back in Smallville in my room like, I'm so glad my dad is alive. Why? Like that, it took me out of the whole damn movie. It took me out of the whole movie. No joke. The second, and he's just sitting there crying. I'm like, you can't. Superman wouldn't do that. And I'm not a Superman fan like that. Like, I like Superman. Don't get it twisted. But, like, I guess that's part of the problem I have with the absolute Batman series is, like, there's kind of core things to each character that you can't. Superman didn't choose it. No, 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 no. How many times has Superman not listened? They're not. No, no. He doesn't listen. Superman is notorious for not listening when people tell him not to do something. Like, he's notorious for that because he's gonna do what's right regardless. Okay. This is where and my passion isn't anger. Is we're discussing. Okay, just so you know, my passion isn't anger. It's anger at them, not you. No. So basically, his dad says, "Don't come get me," because his dad is like, he doesn't want his son to be exposed, so his son doesn't end up an experiment. In Superman's thought process, it is, I need to stay because my dad told me to stay. No, I'm going to go save you. Give a damn what you want, I'm going to go. But I'm not going to go because I don't want to get exposed, because that's what my dad wants. It's easy to ask for forgiveness and permission. I'm going to save you. You can be mad at me later, but at least you'll be allowed to be mad at me. That is Superman. And tell me, say I'm crazy. Like, I feel like the Superman from the comic books that I know would have done that anyway and just dealt with the consequences. Superman has had no problem with letting his identity go in order to save somebody. It's just that it's worked out for him. But plenty of people know who Superman is because he had to save them in a situation where, like, he, had to reveal himself. Him not saving his dad. And he was a good dad. I got a shitty dad. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I'm trying not to curse on this channel. He has a good dad. So you want to save him. Anyway, he also probably didn't have proper control of his... Don't give a damn. It's the effort. Even if he tried to say... Actually, you know what I would have believed more to that point? And that would have led him to his whole Batman origin story, is if he had tried, and to your point, he didn't have enough control of the powers, and he just goes head first into the overpass itself and actually ends up like making things worse, and then his dad dies from the storm anyway. I could have believed that more, that he would have hurt himself and others trying to do the right thing instead of like just standing there watching. Justice League, Zack Snyder, 100%. This is part of the reason why I have no faith in WB. Superman sucks. No, I'm joking. If you disconnect your brain, the movie Mike is here, and I didn't say I was leaving. What's up, Mike? The movie is at a 9. If you don't it's a 6 or a 7 to me. That's where I'm at. It's a 6 or oh, you mean whoa. Time out. Mike, are you referring to the new Superman, or are you referring to, because we were just talking about Man of Steel? New Superman, I give it 8. I need to know, how do you rate 1 to 10 Dawn of Justice and Justice League? Dawn of Justice, 2 best super movie. Wait, no, Dawn of Justice is the Zack Snyder cut, right? The Zack Snyder cut. I mean, it's up there. My first instinct was 9. My first instinct with the Zack Snyder cut is 9. It's a 4-hour movie that I watched back to back. Like, I didn't even realize 4 hours had gone by. I might watch that thing again this afternoon. Like, it's a really good movie. My first instinct is a 9. It's hard for me to give anything a 10. Can we talk about how bad the Flash TV show is? I have not watched the Flash TV show since like season 6, but here's the thing. It's supposed to be bad. I call those TV shows potato chips. They're potato chip TV shows. They're the kind of TV shows that have like no real substance. They're just empty calories for your brain to like shut off because you had a hard day at work and you don't want to think too hard about a plot. You need to know, like, bad guy shows up, Flash goes at bad guy kicks his ass, Flash does it a second time, gets his ass kicked again. There's a discussion about love and how love will conquer all. Flash wins. That's all. And now take that formula and drop it into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Flash, Green Arrow, DC Legends of Tomorrow. You see? It's empty calories. I don't need a plot. If I wanted a plot, I'd be watching a much better TV show. So, like, For what it is, it's a 9 out of 10. If you're trying to compare it to like real TV shows, that's so mean. But if you're trying to compare it to like real TV shows, it's not White Lotus. You know, like White Lotus seasons 1 and 2. It's not White Lotus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking for Oscar-worthy acting here. You know, just don't look at the camera when you're talking to each other. Stay focused in the moment. First few seasons was okay, and it went downhill. Man, I can't wait for season 2 of. I haven't watched Peacemaker. That might be actually that might be the question, because so far it is. I know I'm gonna do a Black Adam like watch along with you guys. Where's my piece of paper? You know what? I keep getting a piece of paper. I shouldn't do that because then I lose the paper. Notepad. That's the thing. I was tempted to watch. I would rather watch. Dude, and that's the thing. I'm waiting on X-Men '97 to come out with a new episode, with a new season, and then one of the directors or something got fired, or one of the writers left, or some BS like that. And it's like, how dare you? How dare you change your life and make me have to wait? Wait. So we have, hey, fanculo. Oh, I can't say. Okay, I shouldn't curse in Italian either. Although if I'm doing a channel in English and I curse in different languages, does that count? Right? I can curse in like 7 languages. If I curse in any of those other languages, do you think that counts? Black Adam. Then we had X-Men '97. That could be a fun watch along. X-Men '97, Peacemaker season 1 and 2. I never finished Titans. And then what was the other one that I was gonna watch? I never finished Smallville. I think I got to season 8 or 7. I never finished Smallville. Somebody say. Man, that show was awesome. I love Smallville. I loved when they took Buddy from Smallville and put him in. Was it an episode of The Flash? There was one episode where you had like Dean Cain, the original. He's not the original. The original was like a guy from the 60s. But they had Dean Cain from the 90s, The Adventures of Lois and Clark. Then they had all the endings of those shows is going to be BS. Then they had Smallville Superman, and then they had another Superman, and they were all in the same episode because of like them being from different universes. I think it was Supergirl had that same thing. I think that's what it was. I haven't watched the Penguin TV series. That's what it was. I have not watched the Penguin TV series. So what I'm going to say is that I'm going to do like 2 of these things: Black Adam, X-Men '97, Peacemaker, Smallville, Penguin. I'm sure there's other stuff. Dean Cain is an ICE agent. And what I'm going to do is like 2 of these are going to be free on the Patreon, and the other 3 will be on like a paywall. And then I'll have you guys vote which ones you don't want on the paywall. And then that'll be the one I don't put on the paywall. And then the other ones I'll put on the paywall. I'll do a poll for that. I subscribe to HBO Max just for the Peacemaker and the Superman reward. I did it for the Superman reward, honestly. But I can get Peacemaker in other ways in Switzerland. I'm pretty sure you get away with a lot more Smallville than it was BS. I love the intro. The intro was so good. Let's see. Yeah, and honestly, I wanted to watch Penguin. I just not missed. Not even lapse of judgment. I just didn't. There was no reason. I didn't have any objection to it. It wasn't like, oh no, I'm not watching that. I just didn't. It just was one of those things missed out on. I think I was in the middle of MHA then. What's up, Jackson? This is a spoiler stream. Jackson, just to give you a heads up. I know it's like in big letters in the title, but we're talking about DCU and everything else. Okay, so indeed, Penguin is a must. Hope to see it again. Pattinson Batman movie 2. Yeah, that's what I was surprised too. I was surprised that they actually had like Colin Farrell like do that TV show. But from what I understand, it was really, really good. What was all this watch along thingy? Only animate, man. DC is flourishing and it's exciting. So the watch along thing is basically what I want to do is because I end up. If you can't tell by the stream, I do DC Worlds Collide content. I was supposed to do a friggin' Superman DCU guide today, but I won't have a chance to. I got to get off here in like 3 minutes for real. But I talk about a lot of different stuff, anime, different movies, comic books, all that stuff. And some people are interested in it. Some people come here because they just want DCU or DCU. They just want DC Worlds Collide. And so I'm setting up a Patreon to provide that content to other people. So it's like I don't want to crowd this with me talking about movie reviews if all you wanted was DC Worlds Collide. So I'm gonna set up the Patreon to do that, and I don't want it to be like half the content is not pay. You just can go and see it there, but it's organized there where it's hidden on this channel. And then the other half will be paid content because, I'm trying to make savings. Got to make a little bit of money. So that is the idea. Where does the time go, dog? Because I could have sworn I just sat down. I hadn't even finished this coffee. I've been talking so much. Top 5 point guards in the league right now. Do point guards even exist anymore? First one's off the top of my head, not in the order yet. Because the first one I think of is Jalen Brunson, although he's a very small guard. And I feel as though, even though they shouldn't have fired Thibodeau, that's going to be better for Brunson if Brunson listens to the new coach. So he's in the top 5. Has to be. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is probably number 1 in terms of point guards, but we'll put him on that list. No, not him. Not him. I'm still partial to Chris Paul, but we know damn sure he's not a top 5. Also, I should probably do a basketball channel because that's my sport. Did you watch Creature Commando yet? Nope, haven't watched Creature Commando either. That was another one that people said I should watch. Let me put this on the list. I'm still thinking about the top 5 point guards. Don't worry about it. Dylan. Because I spit hot fire. By the way, speaking of hot fire, if you haven't listened to Jid's new album, Jid's new album is so good. I listened to it back to back all day yesterday on the train. And I kept saying I need to change it, and I never changed it. There's only one song off the Prelux version of the Jid album that I skip, and it's that If You Knew Better, You Do Better. I can't get into the out-of-pocket flows that they're doing in that one. I know they're trying to intention, and even Eminem did an out-of-pocket flow where he said out-of-pocket on that song Animals Part 1. But like I just couldn't, the out-of-pocket flow from the first dude on the verse, I can't. It hurts my ears. Your entertainment is for hours every week. Man, you deserve some money. Thank you. Send it to me. I'm just playing. We'll set it up. I'm going to set it up. I'm doing this for fun. Let's go to 15 DC characters. Oh my God. Okay. So wait. Here we go. So I can keep up with things. So Brunson, Shai, and then top 15 DC characters. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the problem with the DC characters is that you can't say top 15 because then you're just gonna get the like standards. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get just standards. It needs to be like top 5 dark horse, top 5 you don't know, top 5. You know what I mean? Like it has to be there has to be like a constraint. Because if I'm going to list down top 15, the first 7 are going to be Justice League, and then the next 7 are going to be their arch enemies. Go down to Coney Island and get a sugar cookie. Actually, I have some chocolate chip cookies I'm about to put in the oven. No, along for anime. Oh, no. There's going to be anime. Because right now, it was MHA. I just finished Kaiju number 8. I haven't finished season 2 of that. But I've already started watching it. My bad. But some of the stuff is going to be like rewatch, and some of the stuff is going to be like we're just going to enjoy it. And then I still wanted to do play along with Kingdom Hearts because I bought that game for this channel actually. Top 15 underrated characters. Yeah, see, I'm gonna be too much into the Batman universe. Top 15 underrated characters. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Top 5 underrated characters. Top 15 underrated. All right. You know what? Mr. West, I'm gonna have to think on this. Watch along with the Chappelle Show. April, you're a fucking genius. You are a genius. And you know what? I'd make that free content. I would make that free. I won't even ask you guys because it's the Chappelle Show. That's something that has to be for everybody. Oh, that might be. Oh my God. That show isn't that show problematic? It's okay. It's okay. I gotta go to work. And I can't even stall because I already sent my boss a message like this, because he sent me a message last night about some work stuff, clearly. And then I sent him a message this morning, like before I started the stream at like 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the morning, sending messages to my boss. Yeah, I sent him a message at 5:52 because he sent me a message last night at 11 p.m. Yeah. I have a healthy working relationship. My parents still had the box set DVDs. Dude, that was... Kaiju number 8 is amazing. I don't know how I feel about season 2 so far yet, though. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and there's only like 4 episodes in season 2. Or am I missing something? Because, I mean, Crunchyroll is only showing me 4 episodes, and I think I'm wrong. But they do have a Kaiju number 8 movie that retells the story of season 1. So maybe watch the movie first and then the TV series. Maybe that's it. All right, guys, I do legit have to go. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to use this evening, not to stream, but to try to help set up the Patreon. Because in that way, the free stuff so far is going to be Black Adam and Chappelle Show. And then I'll pick an anime. I was tempted to do Smallville as a watch along, but that show is so long. The last episode had me messed up. True, the movie will. So then should we watch season 1 and then the movie? Because I've seen season 1. I mean, I've seen season 1 of Kaiju number 8. Should we do... The last 15 minutes is new stuff. Should we do season 1 of Kaiju number 8 and then the movie? And then so then the three free things would be Chappelle Show, Black Adam, and then Kaiju number 8. That's not too much stuff. Those episodes, we're talking like 30 episodes for Chappelle Show, ungefähr 20 episodes for Kaiju number 8, and then Black Adam movie. And then like X-Men 97, Peacemaker, I don't know about Smallville. Smallville might be too big of a series. Smallville, we'll be watching that for the next 3 years. Penguin movie, Creature Commando, like that's behind the paywall. Skip the movie. The last 15 minutes is literally just the first episode of season 2. So then just Kaiju number 8, seasons 1 and 2. I mean, we can still do the movie as just like a watch along and react to it and talk about it. It doesn't have to be like new because I've seen it all anyway. It could just be more content if somebody wants to see the movie instead of watching the series. Okay, that would be the plan. I gotta go to work. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. I really truly appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I'm excited to get this whole Patreon thing started up so we can do this stuff more often. Anyway, and I did not forget my top 5 point guards. I need to remember that, and then top 15 underrated characters in DC. Top 5 PGs. I didn't forget you. And then top 15 underrated. Well, you know what? And the thing is point guards has gotten harder for me because point guard isn't so important anymore because everybody's supposed to be a ball handler. And I'm not going to put Luka Doncic in my top 5 point guards because he is not a top 5 point guard. Episode 5 comes out on Saturday. Oh, so they're doing that. Damn. They're doing the slow release BS? Then I shouldn't have even started it. I like to binge. I've really become accustomed to binging to where like I do it with comic books as well. I waited for the volume 1 of Absolute Batman so I could read the whole thing. I wait for the series. If they do release it, I wait for all of it to be out and then watch it all at once. I did it with X-Men 97. Damn. Anyway, I gotta go to work, y'all.